All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. This will be fielded at the 8. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Surveying the field. He's going to air one out. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Yeah, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now back to throw. This is caught by Greenbackum. It'll be a gain of 9, and on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Ertz over the middle. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job 1 for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. On the left side, a catch by White. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, what I'm seeing in this game so far, an offensive line that's establishing themselves well on the line of scrimmage, and they feel like they can keep pounding and pounding throughout this game in order to win.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on third down, Manning. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Manning now on first down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 4 down. Check. Zebra. Check.
They run a draw here on second down. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now Manning. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
I feel like Eli Manning has just gone from downfield bomber to a guy who can complete everything.
He can hit him underneath now, can't he?
Yeah, we just saw that there with that pass completion. The maturity of a veteran taken with the defense will give him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Hey, watch it.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Throwing on first down is Manning. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Double tight, guys. Double tight. Hey. 4 down. Check 3.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Manning now on 3rd and goal. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They come up in an offset eye. They'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He'll drop to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go now. Green.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And the play clock's running down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Detroit! Back on now, look at 56.
5 yards to go for the offense. First down and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Give him 18 on that one. And the Giants are going to get a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. Manning now on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. To throw is Manning. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second down now after the incompletion.
Hey, 86. Watch out for 86.
Manning will try again on second down. And he comes back with one complete. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Manning going to try and throw on 3rd down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Brad Wing now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go play action here on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Let's go. Blue landing. Over. All right, here we go. Blue landing. Watch it now, Barney.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw again. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And New York set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Shotgun now for Manning. Caught left side, it's Beckham. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
2nd down now after the pass completion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Over the middle here to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Holding. Defense.
It's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Manning now on 1st down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are in for 6. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Let's go!
They'll throw now on the final play. Backing up. Looking for Green. Beckham, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant defense now as they head back onto the field. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. On the left side, a catch by White. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line, that room to run just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
Well, it was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Giants a first down.
That coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving.
And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shreds the tackle. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So not the same performance here that we saw a week ago. After the game, we were talking about it. He was hitting on all cylinders. That's just not the case here.
I know usually on the ride to the airport, we're talking about so many other things, but we were so locked into how well he had played, sharp throwing the football, made the right decisions on when to run, when not to run.
And you notice his footwork was really good.
Footwork was on point. I thought his ability to manage the game as well, get him into better plays, I thought he was really locked in. So far in this game, we're not seeing that. Hopefully he'll be able to pick it up.
Here we go. Green, 30, Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard! Gun! Leopard! Gun!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
Now let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Seven yards remain now on 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go! 3, 9, 10!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And now off to the races, down the right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Gun! Watch it now, Barney!
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And Charles, the 2nd time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Now Manning throwing on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On first down, Manning. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Fighting through. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Now Manning. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. Manning to Beckham. A big play there. 44 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you're probably...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Ertz has it left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And he is enjoying another fine performance just like a week ago. I mean, let's be honest. When he's playing like this, it creates a lot of matchup nightmares.
And it really does because it creates a ton of headaches. You try to design so many coverage for a guy like this, but truthfully, he should have an answer to anything that's thrown at him. If you throw a linebacker at him, he should have speed and agility on his side. If you throw a defensive back against him, he should have size on his side. So no matter what you throw at him, he should have the final answer. And in his last 2 games,
he has.
Oh, boy, has he ever.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And here we go on first. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on 3rd down, Manning. He finds Beckham complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd down, here's Manning. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt. And so far, it's working for both of them.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And there's the go-ahead touchdown, and so likely we'll kick an extra point. But to me, I'm looking forward. Special teams now with your kickoff, and then your defense, that's where the pressure shifts.
Yeah, because there's plenty of time left on that clock. Anytime you're over a minute in the NFL, there's a chance. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect, because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is taken near the 13. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up.